Here is what getting jacked has taught me about women. Ever since I've got jacked, I've learned a couple things about women. I'm going to share them with you in this video. So let's go. Chances are you've often heard from women that they love a dad bod, that they love a guy that doesn't really care about the gym. I can confirm that is complete bullshit. Okay, from my experience, this is false, as they would much rather go for a guy with an aesthetic physique. Okay, when I built an aesthetic physique, so here's my physique, this is about 3-4 months ago, my life skyrocketed. Okay, women are biologically attracted to men with muscle and the V-taper look, and having a physique like this demonstrates hard work, dedication, that you take care of yourself, and these are all attractive traits to women. And it's funny because from my experience, okay, talking to older women especially, even if they are with a guy that has a dad bod and doesn't care about their physique, they will cheat on that man with someone with a physique like this, with an aesthetic physique, and they'll fantasize about guys with physiques like this because it's in their biology. You can't unwind biology. No matter what they try and tell you, it is in their biology. It's just how they're subconsciously wired to think. I'm not saying that every single girl in the world likes a physique like this, but I'll tell you 95% of women do, okay? It's just how it is. First thing I learned is they will say one thing and mean another. Number two, small amounts of muscle goes a long way, okay? You do not need to be a huge bodybuilder, okay? That's the male gaze. The first video on my channel is about this topic, but that is the male gaze. It's only men that will tell you need to train and get bigger, as big as possible. It's only men that will compliment you for being huge when you get compliments in the gym, like, bro, you're huge, I want to look like that. We're talking about the Sam Sulek builds, okay, the Ronnie Coleman builds, the bulky, big rhino kind of builds, okay? That's only impressive to men. Guys are admired by this physique, not in a gay way, more so in a way that, cool, it's quite impressive, but women don't care. Women like an aesthetic physique, okay? Proportions. All you need to do is you just need to have enough muscle in order to look good and have proportions to back it up, the V-taper, okay? Women are biologically wired to find this type of physique attractive, okay? A V-taper signals good genetics, broad shoulders, slim waist, big arms, wide lats. This signals a strong mate to have kids with, okay? To reproduce, to have offspring, which is, you know, as humans, that's what we're wired to do. Okay, as a man, you are the protector. So looking and being athletically capable goes a long way to attracting women, okay? Getting a V-taper physique, getting muscular, getting lean to show it, this goes a long way. This is what they're biologically attracted to, okay? So even having a small amount of muscle and being lean, it goes a long way, okay? You don't have to be some huge guy. You just have to look muscular, lean, aesthetic, and proportional. That's it, okay? The V-taper. So remember, even small amounts of muscle, if they're carved in the right way, will go a long way. Number three, women do in fact shoot their shot, okay? Women shoot their shot when you have an aesthetic physique. They won't necessarily cold approach you, although this does happen. This can happen. It has happened to me a couple times, but women are not biologically wired to approach men, but they have their ways of shooting their shot, okay? Ways like DMing you, liking your stories, liking your photos, matching with you and complimenting you on dating apps, okay? Staring in public, smiling in public, okay? If you're in a bar, you're in a social setting, in a restaurant, and a girl keeps popping over at you and smiles and looks away, chances are, if you're not ugly, she finds you attractive. So get ready for things like this to happen. When you craft a physique like this, you will get attention, okay? This is an example of when I posted my physique on Hinge, which is a dating app, and a woman popped up here. When you have an aesthetic physique, it puts you in a position of power, okay? This taught me early on that looks do in fact matter, okay? When girls pop up to you, when girls message you, when they shoot their shot at you, you are on the pedestal, okay? The power dynamic switches. Usually it's the guy chasing after the girl, and in today's world, guys chase after girls like little puppies, desperately. When women pop up to you, when women message you, when women shoot their shot at you, you are on a pedestal and you have the power. She's putting her ego at risk. When women do this, they're putting their ego at risk. For a guy to get rejected or aired or blanked is quite common nowadays, but for a girl, that's going to take a big hit on her ego, because girls don't usually miss when it comes to shooting their shot, because guys will fuck anything. So really and truly, this puts you in a position of power because you have the say now. When she messages you, you have the say. I could ignore the message if I want to, or I might reply if I want to. So it's your choice. You are now in power. So my brother, looks really does matter. I learned this very early on. Women do shoot their shot, especially if you have an aesthetic physique. And you're probably thinking, what if you're wearing clothes? How will they know if you have an aesthetic physique? Well, it brings me on to this, right? If you have an aesthetic physique, good muscle proportions, you wear good clothes, getting a message from one of the girls, you wear good clothes that fit, they can see your physique through your clothes, okay? Okay, here you can see I'm wearing a tight maroon t-shirt here. You can see my vascular forearms, you can see my shoulders here. This was on holiday earlier this year when I went to Cyprus. called a lot of goals on that holiday. Same thing goes. You can see my chest, you can see my arms, yeah, you can see my tricep, you can see my shoulders, you can see my V-taper. When you're dressed like this, you're in social settings, okay? You post your physique, you post photos like this, goals will pop up, and your physique has a big part to play in this, trust me. Number 4, you tend to attract better quality women, okay? Women that are attracted to physiques like the aesthetic physique are usually better quality. Why? Well, they're more feminine. They admire and honor your hard work, okay? They tend to take care of themselves too. Chances are, if a girl admires your physique, she admires your hard work to get the physique. She probably works out too, to understand how much hard work it takes to build a physique like that. Chances are she probably works out too, so that's a good thing. This can be girls that go to the gym and they're on self-improvement too, so that's a good thing. And I've also noticed I've had better chemistry with women, both physically and mentally, when they do find an aesthetic physique attractive. Physically, there's a lot of attraction there. Chances are, when you have an aesthetic physique, she's going to find you attractive, and most likely she's going to take care of herself, and she's going to have a good body too. So there's a lot of physical and sexual attraction, so that's good. And you will most likely connect on a mental level too. You both honor hard work, you both take care of yourselves, you're both on self-improvement, so you will definitely tend to attract better quality women when you have an aesthetic physique. Number 5, they'll compliment and flirt with you a lot. Trust me, women will compliment your physique in many ways, okay? Your shoulders, your forearms, your biceps. They'll flirt more on dates, on text, on DM, over the phone. You send them a cheeky gym snap or photo, they can't help but to compliment your physique. Here's a message I got when I was talking to an older woman. She was about 31 years old. I'm 22. Here's a message. I must say, you were looking good at the gym today, in very good shape. And it's a bonus you have a nice face to look at too. Not only has she admired the hard work, also, she has also complimented my physique. So, they'll compliment you a lot in many ways. Trust me, if you have a good looking physique, you send her a gym photo, a gym snap, they will pop up and they'll admire it. They'll admire your looks, they'll flirt with you, they'll have fun. On dates, I've had many times where girls have complimented my forearms, my shoulders, my body. When you're laughing, they'll put their hand on your shoulder, they'll stroke your arm, just to get a little touch on that aesthetic physique, my brother. So make sure you build an aesthetic physique, because this will happen. So, to summarize, number 1, girls will say one thing and mean another, okay? Do not take their word for it. Most of the time, they will go against what they say. I want a dad bod, I want a guy that doesn't go to the gym. She'll end up cheating on her man with a guy that goes to a gym and has a physique like me. Number 2, small amounts of muscle go a long way. You do not need to be a huge bodybuilder. Just muscular, lean, proportional, and has a V-taper. That will do. That is the aesthetic physique. Number 3, women do in fact shoot their shot, especially when you have an aesthetic physique, okay? They will, and they'll do it in their own ways. They may cold approach you, they may not, but they will shoot their shot online, on DMs, liking your photos, popping up to you on dating apps, smiling and staring at you in public settings. There's so many ways. Pay attention, because chances are you have an aesthetic physique and she's looking at you, she's admiring you, brother. Number 4, you'll attract higher quality women. Simple. Women that find aesthetic physiques attractive are genuinely more feminine. You are the protector as a man. So if she finds it attractive, chances are she's a feminine woman. If she admires your hard work, admires your physique, chances are she goes gym too. She's on self-improvement too. And she understands the hard work and dedication it takes. And number 5, they'll compliment and flirt with you a lot. Trust me, they do. When you're ugly and you're fat, at those times, it's hard to believe these things. I was also overweight and fat, okay? I was fat and overweight at one point, and I didn't understand these things. I didn't think these things were true because they weren't happening to me. Just because they're not happening to you does not mean they don't happen. They do happen, okay? But you have to become the guy that it happens to. So building an aesthetic physique, they'll compliment, they'll flirt with you, they'll be all over you, they will pedestalize you. If you want direct one-to-one access to me, I have set up a school community called the Elite Frame. This is everything you'll get. You'll get one-to-one direct access to me. You get multiple guides on how to improve your looks, okay? We cover testosterone, diet, health maxing, the aesthetic body, how to become a slayer, everything you need to know. So if you're interested, hit the link in my description, sign up, and I will see you inside. Other than that, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe for more good content. We are going to get you aesthetic. We are going to get you good looking. We're going to improve your looks. That is what I'm here to do. My name is Abzadeem. Hope you all have enjoyed this video. I'm out. Take care.